More about who knows which books are in the Old Testament and which books are in the New Testament. So let's see. Oh, you guys are gonna be the team captains, okay? Team captains right there, right behind you, okay? So I'm gonna give you guys a number. If your number is 1, you're gonna go with Daniela. With Daniela. And how many?
I need 1. I need Eliora.
And then if your number is 2, you're gonna go with Eliora, okay? And they're each gonna have baskets. One basket is gonna be for the Old Testament books. One basket's gonna be for the New Testament books. And then I'm gonna give each of them a card. Okay? And then you guys are gonna have to try to put them in the right basket. The Old Testament book, the Old Testament basket. You guys. Okay? And the first team that's done, I'm gonna come check, okay? And here's our list to check, but you guys will see that.
I don't get it.
Oh, wait, your team captains will help you. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2. You guys remember who's 1 and who's 2? Daniela, 1. So go stand with your team captain.
Go stay with your captain if you know the number.
2.
Go with Eliora. Oh, you lost your shoe.
1, 2. 1, 2. Let's see if you guys, hey, team number 1. Can you guys sit down and let's see if you can follow my rhythm. Okay, ready? All right, team number 1, let's see if you can, I know, you might have to save a chair for your brother or sister when they come back. Okay, ready? Here's our first rhythm. You guys ready? All right. All right, you guys listening? Ready? All right, let's see it. Did you get it, David? We're gonna see if you can follow my rhythm until this team is done. Ready? One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's see. All right, team 2, let's see. You think they did as good as you guys? First Corinthians, Romans, Hey, do you guys? So who can tell me what makes the Old Testament different from the New Testament?
Because the Old Testament is old.
The Old Testament was before Jesus. Jesus was born in the New Testament. It is on something dominant.
It's after Jesus was. Yep. All right. Did you guys tell me your name? Jim. Did you guys hear Jim's answer?
No.
So the Old Testament was before Jesus. Before Jesus was born, and the Old Testament was after. And who knows how many years was the last book in the Old Testament until the first book in the New Testament? How many years passed before that time?
I think 2,000 years.
Less than that.
1,000.
Less than that.
600. 400.
400 years. So that means that there were lots of Israelites who had babies, and their babies grew up and had babies, and their babies grew up and had babies, and their babies grew up and had babies, and they hadn't had a prophet, and they were waiting. They're like, does God have anything to say? Is he going to talk to us ever again? So that's why when Jesus was born, it was a big deal. Oh, so here we go. Here's -1. Well, let's see. Oh, no, that's correct. Uh-oh. Gotta pay attention. Nehemiah, Psalms, Genesis. Oh, you guys had tricky ones, too. Oh, -1. Judges. First Chronicles. Oh, I think this is a tie. You both. So, Philemon. Yes. Oh. Okay. All right. Okay, David. Hey, come over here. Right up here. Huh? But. All right.
David's on the opposite. Oh, wait, no.
Oh, you're right. Oh. Brother and sister. All right. All right. I'll say on your marks, get set, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You win.
2 out of 3.
Yeah, one more. You got one more.
You have to win 1 more.
Oh no.
Come on.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors.
All right. Team 1. Team 1 for the tiebreaker.
Oh my God.
Okay. Woo. Okay, so we're gonna keep practicing the books of the Old Testament
That's what I was doing.
and the New Testament until you guys know them. Okay, so we're gonna learn. But right now we have another game because today's story is about 10 things that happened in the Old Testament. Okay, so we're gonna play a game of top 10 things. Okay, so our game. Well, it's not the same game that we just did, but it's a different one. This is going to be a countdown game, okay? So we're gonna have 3 rounds. The first one, you guys are gonna have 30 seconds on my watch. And then I'm gonna give you guys a category. That means like a group of something. And you guys need to come up with 10 things in that group before my watch is done, okay? So I'll give you an example. All right, let's say the example is church. What are 10 things that are related to church? Bible, prayer, people, sanctuary, God, pastor, Jesus, the cross. That's 8. Or that's 9.
Poet voices.
Poet voices, yeah. So that's 10 things related to church.
Alright.
That was our practice round, yes.
Krispy Kreme donuts.
Only today, right? Okay, so now we're gonna have. Alright, so now our first category is gonna be countries. Countries of the world, and you guys have 30 seconds.
America is not a country.
Alright, you guys are gonna have to raise your hand.
Everyone, raise your hand.
You guys are gonna have to raise your hand. I'm not calling you. Hold on, let me get my watch set up here. Okay, ready? Set. Begin. Ethiopia. Mexico.
Yeah, Maryland is one.
Oh, Maryland.
That's not a country.
It is not.
USA.
Alright.
Canada.
Arizona.
That's not a state.
Idaho.
Russia. Oh, you're running out of time. That's Brazil. China. Oh, you only got but you're out of time.
Guys.
You guys got to 7. You guys got to 7 out of 10. That's all right. That's all right. All right. That would have been one. Okay. So you gotta be fast. You gotta be fast. Okay, ready? Okay. Now here's another countdown. 10 things. Yes.
Should we do like 2 people come up and then they have to choose both of them?
We just gotta raise your hand. Everybody, raise your hand. Okay. All right. Ready? I'll put my watch up so you can see it. My little watch. Okay. So your next category, you need to give me 10 things, is candy. Different kinds of candy.
Raise your hand. You.
Caramel. Cotton candy. Kit Kat. Twix. Sour Patch. 4 seconds.
That's not a candy.
Hershey's.
He said jump.
Okay, I said Snickers. So that was it. What did we get to? 9? 9. You almost made it. You got 9 things. 9 things. That's pretty good. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. What were you going to say? What's your favorite candy? Chocolate. Chocolate is yum. Okay, so now. All right. Okay, so ready? Here's your last try. 30 seconds. 10 things. Okay? All right, so remember, raise your hand. Raise your hand. All right. Okay, ready? Everybody listen. Okay, this category is animals.
Raise your hand.
Hippos. Lions. Cheetah, husky. Pomeranian. You guys did it. 21 seconds. Amazing. 21 seconds. All right, pat on the back. Pat on the back. High five your neighbor. Good job, team. Good job, team. Okay. So why are we talking about top 10 things? Why are we doing it? Because today's today's lesson is about a different kind of top 10. A top 10 that's a little bit more scary, okay? It was the top 10, the plagues. You guys know the story about Egypt when God sent Moses. And he said, you got to tell Pharaoh to let all of the Israelites out of Egypt. I don't want them to be slaves anymore. So God sent how many plagues? 10. God sent 10 plagues to Egypt, okay? So well, God is sovereign over all things. Okay. So we are going to learn about God's 10 plagues in Egypt before the Israelites got to leave. And so I have a different game for everybody who is 6 years old or younger, okay? So these are for my little guys. Yeah, you guys have been so patient.
Mama, I need to do this because I said 6-year-old. Are we allowed to say Corona?
No, it's not in the Bible.
There's no coronavirus in Egypt.
Well, there should have been.
But there were 10 different plagues. So I'm going to
Like that frog one?
read you guys the story. And then whenever anybody who's 6 or younger hears one of the plagues, I want you to come up and get the picture, okay, of the plague. I'm going to go slow. So you just need to be listening. And my older guys, you guys are listening because then I have some questions to ask you after, okay? And you guys, when you guys help me answer the questions, you know what you're doing? You're helping your little brothers and sisters and friends learn. So you guys are being really good helpers, which is a beautiful thing. All right, so our story today is about how God sent 10 plagues. So the Israelites had been slaves in Egypt for over 400 years. That's a long time. God instructed Moses to tell Pharaoh was the king, to allow the Israelites to go into the wilderness and worship God. But Pharaoh refused. He told the taskmasters to make the Israelites work even harder. And many times Moses told Pharaoh to let God's people go. But each time Pharaoh refused. Each time God sent a plague on the people of Egypt. So the plagues were mighty works of God that showed his power. God caused the water in Egypt to become blood.
Why would he do that?
Because he wanted Pharaoh to let his people go. There it is. Okay. All right. So hold on. Wait for the next one. So so he caused the water in Egypt to become blood. He caused frogs.
Wait, you already got
Yeah, you got one. Yeah. Frogs. Do you see the frogs? There you go. Huh? He caused frogs. He caused lice or gnats. Lice or gnats.
I'll go get it. I'm 6.
Gnats? You don't look 6 out. No. So there. I think it's the one that looks like flies, or lice or gnat. Let me see. No.
Isn't that the locust one?
Huh?
Isn't that the locust one?
Not that one. No. You see the cotton with the gnats? Yeah. So you hold it up for Jeremiah for everybody to see. Those are gnats on that little flower. So he caused gnats. All right, come sit down. All right. He caused flies to cover the land. Does anybody see the flies? He caused flies to cover the land. This is for my little guy, 6 or under. Or if you want to help your sister, you can help your sister. If you want to help your sister get one. You see flies? Yes, good. Okay, he caused flies. Okay, all right, guys, listen up. And he caused the Egyptians' cattle to die. So, do you guys see any cattle? Do you guys want to get cows? Yeah, cattle is like cows or bulls. Do you see any cows that look kind of sick in there? Oh, you got one already, Crifter? There you go. Yeah, and you can show everybody. So that's a sick-looking cow. So the cows got really sick and died. And he caused boils to form on the skin.
Oh, I know. I see, definitely know.
Okay. Oh,
I know she is.
yeah. Boils. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, he caused boils to form on the skin. And he caused hail to fall from the sky. Do you want to show everybody? Yeah, good job. Can you show everybody? Hey, do you guys see the hail? It looks like big balls of ice that fall from the sky. Yeah. All right. He caused locusts to cover the land. So, do you guys remember the cicadas? You think the cicadas were bad? The locusts, the plague of locusts, way worse.
My mom's afraid cicadas, so the cicada. Should I get it? Wilma was.
I'll take them from now on. Mine.
Hey, if you got to get it,
Yeah. Or if, oh, I think we have one more person who hasn't gotten one, right? Locusts to cover the land. Okay, and then, all right, and then guys, he brought a great darkness.
Wait, someone, Henry?
Hold on.
Hey, you got to get one.
No.
You're not 6. You're like 6.
All right, do you guys, okay, but do you guys see that picture? Look, Aliora's gonna hold it up. Do you see the picture? Do you see how do you hear how there's a little, see how there's a little circle of light? Do you know what that circle of light is? That's where the Israelites were. So the Israelites were where the light was because God left the light for them, but for the rest of the Egyptians, they got darkness.
No, you can't.
And the last plague, so he brought the darkness for 3 days. The Egyptians could not see one another. So imagine if it was nighttime for 3 days. But the Israelites, you see that pocket right there? The Israelites still had light. Still, so all this stuff happened, but still Pharaoh would not let the Israelites go. Finally, God told Moses he would send the worst plague yet. The firstborn son of every Egyptian family would die. Can you imagine? The oldest kid in each family. But the Pharaoh had a choice, right? And he didn't do it. So the first son of every Egyptian family would die, and God gave instructions to the Israelites to follow so that they would be safe. So God is still keeping his people safe. The Israelite families did as God instructed. Do you guys remember what God told them to do?
Put lamb blood on their door.
Yep, just like your picture has. And God protected them. So in the Egyptian homes, however, the firstborn died, even Pharaoh's son. So even the mighty king was not more mighty than God. Pharaoh called for Moses and his brother Aaron in the night, and he said, "Leave my people and go," Pharaoh ordered. "Take your family and your animals and leave."
Did he say you can take all everybody, but you can't take the cattle?
Well, at first he said, "You guys can go, but you can't take your cattle." And Moses said, "No, that's not what God said. God said the people and the cattle."
Are you okay?
And so finally, Pharaoh agreed, and he said, "Take your family and your animals and leave." So the Israelites, which were 600,000, that's more than 500,000, men and their families were finally free. They had to go through a lot of pain and suffering to get there. Okay, so my older kids, here's your question. What did God instruct Moses to do? My 7 and older kids. Yes.
To go and tell the Pharaoh to let the Israelites go.
That's right. Go into the Hebrews were the ones that they were supposed to be let go. They were supposed to go into the wilderness and worship God. And what did Pharaoh instruct his taskmasters to do to the Israelites? David.
I think it's nothing.
Did he
Make them work harder.
Make them work harder. So they had straw that they were supposed to make bricks out of, and before Moses came, the Egyptians would bring the straw and say, here you go, make your bricks. And then after Moses came, they said, nope, go get it yourself. And you still need to make the same number of bricks. So they had to work a lot harder. Why did God send the plagues?
Oh,
Yes.
because Pharaoh didn't let the Israelites go.
That's right. Pharaoh didn't let the Israelites go, and God was going to show his mighty power, right? He was going to show Pharaoh, you're not the most powerful. Just because you're the king of Egypt doesn't mean you're the king of everything, because God is the king of everything.
Yeah, he made everything.
Yeah, that's right. All right, and so everybody who has their pictures, if you don't have them. So who can name 3 plagues that God sent to convince the Pharaoh? Yes. The cattle, killing the cattle, the plague of locusts, and turning the river into blood. Yeah, that's another one, plague of frogs. So which one? Yeah.
He killed all those sons.
That's right. That was the worst plague that he sent, was the angel of death. What protected the Israelites from the death of their firstborn children?
Lamb blood.
Yes. Well, actually, I haven't heard from you yet. Sorry. That's right. Did you guys hear? The blood of the lamb on the doorpost, because they followed Moses' instructions, right? So God talked to Moses, and Moses said, this is what you need to do. And they said, okay, we'll do it. And how many Israelites left Egypt?
All of them?
It is all of them, but there's a number that they tell us in the story. Yes, Jim? 600,000 men and their families. So that means it was probably over 1 million people, because they didn't count the women and the children. They were counting just the men. So 600,000 men and their families.
Even though I'm 7, I don't want to answer anything.
Okay. All right. So that is our story for today. Then, yes. Hi. So, there's one important thing that I really want you guys to remember. God is the only God. So this whole time when he's showing his power with all of the plagues, he's showing Pharaoh, he's like, hey, you're not God, because the pharaohs, they used to think they were like gods. No. And God is saying, hey, you're not God. The God of the Bible is the only God. That's right. Yeah. So do you guys know, what else do you guys know about about ancient Egypt? Any of my older kids know?
I know.
What do you know?
The pharaohs used to build huge pyramids for no reason in the middle of nowhere.
No, there was a reason.
Hold on, listen to Eliora.
Wasn't it to praise and worship idols and gods?
Wasn't it to bury the pharaohs?
So it's a combination of those things, because it was a tomb for the pharaohs.
Wait, the first one? The first one?
Well, for all the pharaohs. The pharaohs were like kings.
Pharaoh dies, new pharaoh comes. Pharaoh dies, new pharaoh. And then he dies.
Mm-hmm. And so that's what,
And so what he happened is there was never a lot. Nobody else.
but that's part of what the Israelites were building. They were building those, yes.
He became pharaoh. Yo, hey.
You're 6. You're in the middle of young adults.
Didn't they used to put a men or didn't they I don't know why, but didn't they used to put men in coffins and pour scrap needles on them and then they'd eat him alive?
Maybe, I don't know.
That
So, how do you think the Israelites felt after they left?
Prosecutors after that execution.
yeah, so I was right. I know.
Yeah?
Not the king.
Not the king.
Yeah, they felt grateful.
They would never do that.
Do you think that the Israelites were surprised? Do you think they thought oh man, we're gonna be slaves forever?
Probably.
Maybe.
They're probably going to go off to a holiday of making bricks. I don't know how you make bricks, but they're doing it somehow.
I know. It was a lot of hard work for lots and lots of years. So then,
100 days?
yeah, that's right.
100 days.
Well, more than 100 days.
100 days.
1,000 days. All right. And so the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna look at our memory verse and pray, and then we're gonna do our worksheets. And I lost track of my watch. Here we go. Elizabeth, do you know how far they are in the service? Okay, great. Okay, so here is our verse. You guys are each going to get this verse when you get your sheets to take home. Whoever can memorize it and share it with the class next week, we will have a prize for you. Okay? So, I'm going to,
What if 2 people memorize?
we got 2 prizes.
Wait, what if everyone here memorizes?
We have prize for everybody. Okay.
I am not.
So you can practice with your older brothers and sisters. You can practice with your parents.
What if me and my brother and sisters practice together and say out loud together at the same
Yeah.
time?
So I'm going to read it to you, and then we'll say it together, and it'll be on your sheet, okay? So our verse is Isaiah 46:9, and it says, "Remember what happened long ago, for I am God, and there is no other. I am God, and no one is like me." So, I think I've heard you guys memorize songs that are way longer, so you'll be all right. All right, so, yes. Okay, so now you guys are going to say it. Now you guys are going to say it with me, okay? Isaiah 46:9. That was so sad. One more time.
Isaiah 46:9.
They speak. All right. Okay. Remember what happened long ago.
Remember how it happened long ago.
For I am God, and there is no other. Hold on. And there is no other. I am God, and no one is like me.
I never had a prize in my life. What kind of like?
We're made.
I want a prize at summer camp.
We're made in His image, but we don't have the same powers God has. That would be. So that verse is going to be on your worksheets, and right now we're going to break up into our little groups. Okay, so I'm going to ask my helpers here, because you guys are each going to break up by grades to do your worksheets. All right, so my little kids, they'll stay here, my kindergarten and younger.
I'm not a kindergarten. I'm going into second grade. I'm going in the third grade. I mean second grade. I'm going to second grade. You're still in first grade. I have older than 9 little sisters. Oh wait, no. How big?
a nice job coloring.
Wait. I think there's blood inside.
So do you guys remember what God was teaching? When he was teaching everybody that he is the only God.
One
Yeah,
is the worst plague,
God
and
is
10
the
is
only God.
because there's no other one.
Yep. There.
And God, no, because he there's three parts. So God is the Father, he sent the Son, and he sent the Holy Spirit inside of us.
Right. 3 persons in one God.
No, he is three in one.
Yes, right. He is 3 in 1.
I know all about it.
And he wanted to make sure the Egyptians knew, hey, Pharaoh's not the God. I'm the God. God is the only God. No, I'm not coloring. I was so busy talking to you guys.
you have 10
Didn't
plays
mean
here.
to
On a scale of 1 to 10, you have to rate
I
the
think he's gonna have brown hair.
1 being the worst.
A lot of the Hebrews have brown hair.
Why?
That's how God made them. See, God made me with dark
Hello, hello, hello. This is Mama speaking. Hello. Hello. This is Hello speaking, and I am.
Okay, when everybody's done, you can come sit down, and we are going to pray and play some games.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody,
Guys, go sit down.
everybody keep your papers with you.
Basketball. My name is basketball. My name is
All right, guys. Okay, everybody have a seat. Does everybody's bottom have a seat? Okay. All right, guys, come sit down. Wait, who's back there? Or you can stand.